So just a quick check on the audio and visual. Are you able to see? Are you able to see the screen, and are you able to hear me well? Because I put up my headphone. Excellent. Thanks, Melvin. I will just share my screen. So if you are facing internet connectivity issue, raise your hand so that I can turn off my video. Right? I don't think you need to see my face all the time. But what matters is what has been displayed on the screen itself, right? So that's much more important. I would share my screen now. Okay, I will share my entire desktop. Okay, now today the agenda is basically very simple. We are going to look at each and every team's solution description. First thing, we'll open up that, and also their first prototype. So I might not be able to do for all the teams, but we just have to maybe randomly select more or less 5-6 teams, or if we can do more teams, of course I'm happy to do it. But and then if you want to stay back, just to talk to me about your prototype, I'm happy to stay back as well, right? So anyway, we just take it slowly, so that the more you share the feedback, the more you learn. So this is basically a hands-on learning process, right? So we start from the first team, right? Here. So I got the team from, can't remember the name of this team. Let me see. This is from, okay, let me just open up their solution description and also their prototype. Okay, so they are working on something called Pixies, right? Okay, so let's look at their solution description first. We'll just like open this fully so that you can read. Okay, so their solution description worksheet on the second page here, they are going to build a mobile app. Our solution is to build a mobile app, good, for QRU students who needs to commute in between buildings. Is this the one that they sent? This looks like my sample, right? So I do not know. Are you submitting the right document? Looks like not, right? This is the one that I sent. So this document is wrong. Zheng Yan, please take note. So this is the sample that I sent. But anyway, I've seen your prototype, your team, right? I think you are working on the Pixies application. So yeah, so Zheng Yan, I mean, can your team describe what this prototype does? Can we? Because I don't have your solution description. If I look at your solution description, I think it's not the right one. You submitted this one, right? So I don't have yours. Can your team or your team members speak up, please? I'm going to call names, yeah? So your team is, you're from which team? Okay, from Pixies team, right? Pamit, Masena, Zheng Yan, Xin Hongqing, Yao Si-en, and Dominic. Can you please speak up and explain a little bit of what you're trying to do? Because I do not have your solution description. Can we do that, please? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you just read out your solution description so that the others can hear? Do you have that?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Okay, so our prototype, we are going to build an application where the user are parents who are affected during the MCO.
All right, good.
Like we haven't built the prototype yet, the app machine.
Okay.
But this is only like our draft.
Yes, we understand that. Yeah, I think it's good to have the wireframe. We call this a wireframe or a draft. as you said, then I would need you to walk us through the process, right? So it's more like a journey map here. So can you help walk us through the app?
Okay.
Okay, thanks. All right,
And
go
so
ahead.
this will be the home page of the app,
Mm-hmm.
and the app is called Jom Kita.
Nice name.
Yeah.
And then you have a login.
And our slogan for this app is "We care for you."
Mm-hmm.
And the user will have to log in with their ID and also their password
All right.
in
Okay.
the first page.
Right.
And
So this is the
there's a setting page where the users can choose their language, and they also can send their feedbacks
excellent. All right.
to us.
Okay. Let's move on.
And this is like a brief introduction about our app and also our menu.
Nicely done. Okay. Cool. So on the menu you have earn, save, right? And then underneath that menu you have sub menus, right? Looking to how to sell
Yeah.
online and looking for jobs online, right? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's move on.
So there will be two categories for this app, which are earn and save. So for the earn, there will be online selling on and also job vacancy,
Mm-hmm.
where the user can sell their products, and also they can find a job on this app.
Nice. Yep. And what's on the other category? On the earning side, you have selling and then
So
you have this job
yeah,
vacancy, right? Okay.
yeah.
All right. So yeah, I see how it works now. Pretty simple to manage. All right. Here, online selling.
Okay, so this page is for the user to upload their photo that of the product they wanted to sell, and also to write the description about the product. And after that, it will show like this. So if the buyers are
Oops.
interested uh, to buy the product, they can contact the number of the seller.
Mm-hmm.
So this is only a platform for them to for the seller and for the seller to upload their products. But if they want to they want to have a trade, they have to contact privately, not on this app.
I see. So this is
Yeah.
basically a platform for you to list your use item, right? Um, that reminds me about one startup in Singapore called Carousel. Have you heard about this company?
Yeah. It's something like that.
Yeah. So I think you can look at how they list secondhand stuff on the platform, and it's pretty big in Singapore. So I think yeah, I mean take a look at what they are doing, right? Okay. So yeah, and finally after that, to look for online
And
jobs.
so yeah, this is the job vacancy page.
Mhm.
They can view the job there, or they can search the job.
Okay.
And there's also like the salary and the description of the job, the requirements, all are listed there.
Yeah, I think you have a very precise filter, right? You have not only the job title and keyword, but you also categorize the jobs and filtered by city, area, and the town. This is something that I think people would be very, uh, how to say, I think people needs it more, right? Because of MCO, people want to stay close to the family and they don't want to go far. And this is one of the important criteria, right? While you're looking for new jobs. Okay. Okay. So you have all these job listing. Okay. Anything to add on here?
And so this is the save category.
Mm-hmm.
We have price comparison and also laptop rental.
Laptop rental. Yeah. Very good.
Mm.
I think this is really to help students who are sharing their laptops with their siblings, and recently, even, I mean, we are close to 1 year, right, after the pandemic. So recently, the Ministry of Education just started to send out survey, to parents to check who aren't having this online learning equipment at home. So this is a bit too late, but I think this really solve a lot of needs out there. All right, and maybe the second last slide. Am I right?
Okay, so this is the price comparison page. So the user that can see the different price among these hypermarkets, like they can compare which one is more cheaper, and they can save their money if they buy the cheaper one.
Yes, this is typically what housewives need. You see, not just housewives, but any ordinary people would need these, right? Because it's all about cost saving for last year and this year, and even for next year onwards, right? So people is always talking about cost saving now. So even the items that you spend, the necessity, you're trying to buy from suppliers which provides a reasonable price, right? So not just overpriced. And you can see that the trend is a lot of people are opting for online purchase, isn't it? So even Nestle, they have a Lazada shop. They have a shop on Shopee as well. If you are buying Milo from Nestle Soko shop, it's actually way cheaper than getting it from Tesco or even EconSafe and even 99 Speed Mart, right? So you can list that here. So I would say that people are so prone to buying online, and with this app, not necessarily you have to actually list all these items from the hypermarket, but also you can work with Lazada, Shopee, to list your items here, right? So because this will bring traffic to their platform as well. Okay, so this is slide number 9. Right, you can see that I think the other teams, right, take note. You can see that even the wireframes here, I've chosen this thing because they really have comprehensive thoughts about the entire app. The anatomy of the app has been laid out in very detail, right? It's not just about 1-2 pages, but you can see that there are about 10 pages, right, with two screen per page. So this is something that the rest of team can learn from, and I will encourage you to go on and do this more. Okay, so here, this is the laptop render, right? So how does it work? How does the entire process work?
Okay, so the user will have to key in their IC number in order for the in order for us to verify the person's identity. We have to confirm that this user is a parent, that and then he or she has kids in their home. So this is to clarify we have to prevent people from scamming us. So we have to take their IC number to verify.
Yeah, I think this is a precautionary step, right? Okay, so you have all these plans for students, right? Student pack, right? And then you just need to present your valid student card, right? Probably you need to have a mechanism to not just pre-qualify them, make sure that they are students, but also you have to look at how do you recover the laptop back, right, after this pandemic or after the render period, and you must have some policies that you like to recover the laptop. Okay, now I believe this is especially the render duration, or you want to define your specification, what kind of laptop that you are renting, correct? So even some startups up there, if you can just do a Google, there are actually Malaysian startups that actually help students to refurbish their laptops, the used laptops, So they went on to reinstall Windows 7, upgrade it to Windows 10 or Windows 8 at least. They upgrade the RAM, and then they refurbish their laptop, and then they rent out to students in need, right? Yeah. So there's somebody who is doing this out there. So take a look at what they do, and think of all these tiny details, right, that you can incorporate into your app. I think overall, I'm so glad that I see this at first, seriously, because I think there's a lot of hard work put into designing the app. How long have you been working on this wireframe? Do you spend?
I think it took us like 2 to 3 days because we like divide this into few parts, and each of the member like they take responsibility for each their part. So we finish it like within a few days, quite
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, quite fast. I can see that. Yeah, even I think all your team members contributed, but the app looks like it's been drawn by just one person, right? So I think you're able to maintain your brand identity, your look and feel, and hopefully we're going to see the same, that you can translate this app into just like you mentioned App Machine, right? So I think yeah, I think App Machine you'll be able to do this kind of app, right, pretty easily. Okay, so is there anything that that requires to be changed in your initial solution description after you have developed your prototype?
Uh, I think yes.
Okay, is it major?
Yeah, and I think it's a minor one.
Minor one. Yeah, cool. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you, Christine. I think thank you for your walkthrough,
Okay.
and
Welcome.
appreciate to call you in just to present your work, right? So this is something that it took a lot of effort to think out the entire flow, and you can really see, although this is not like a journey map, but you can really see that how this can be connected together, and it shows you end to end, right, from login to until the process of renting a laptop or looking for a job. So it is quite remarkable that this team has spent a lot of effort on this. And the other thing is that don't be afraid to make changes, right? So your first draft may not be the perfect one, and as I said many times, do not just stop there, right? So there are always room to improve, and this is why we have this prototyping stage. You got more than a month to do prototyping, and you should really spend your time to try out, right? You can try Figma, you can try App Machine, you can try Draw.io first. Some of the teams actually done it on Framer, and I can see that there's a lot of hard work as well. Okay, so this is the team that is working on application, right? Mobile apps. So we're going to open up another team, right? Uh, who is doing a physical product, right? So let's see. This one, let me see. Can't remember exactly. Is it this team? Let me check. So don't feel nervous if I, call your team up to present. You can have the whole team turning on your mic to present together. And again, this is the teamwork. So I'm not here to judge your work. I'm here to provide help and to give some inputs. And you guys hopefully, this is again another e-wallet, but I think we'll come back to this. But I just want to show you teams who are working on physical prototype. Let me just go to their prototype first. Yeah, let's see. This is the one here. Okay, and then first of all, we look at their solution description, and we're trying to map the solution description into their prototype, right? So okay, now here the solution description is to replace a scanning system, using fingerprint recognition at QRUP, right? So at a certain point of time, we'll have to go back to our campus. And you know that QRU is building a new campus as well. So we don't think that in the new campus we are still going to use the manual student tag system, right? Which is pretty old-fashioned. Okay, and I remember there were many issues that they discovered during the process of empathize, where they actually observed that students and staff who forgot to bring their tag to the campus, they will have to call their peers, the colleagues, or their friends to open up the door for them, right? Otherwise, they got stuck at level 2 or outside of the waiting area, the lobby. So this is really for college staff and students who need to access the door in different buildings. And the benefit would be able to access the door without an ID card, right? Remember, yeah, the benefit would be you don't even have to carry your ID card. Save time. You do not need assistance from other, maybe not strangers, but friends, right? Or other colleagues. You don't need to carry your ID card everywhere, right? So because to replace the ID card is pretty expensive, right? It's about 20 ringgit, I would say, right? So this is basically a simple concept that they have think about during their brainstorming process, right? So Fusi, I would need you to run through the prototype with your classmates here, right? So although this is one sketch, right, I think you have to annotate a little bit. This is basically a screen. I presume this is a screen. This is a speaker. This is a fingerprint scanner. Would you mind to run through this just to help us to understand how this thing works in a few lines?
Hello?
Yeah. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Miss Tay. Hi everyone. This is Fusi. So our group will be making this fingerprint prototype. This is just like a really rough sketch of how this prototype looks like. So this blue color thing is the one that display the students or the lecturers or even the staff their faces together with their name and everything info. And then for the numbers here would be the actually these numbers actually they have lights actually to signify where if one of the doors they have closed, is it closed properly or is it not? So if it is not, then it will one of these buttons will light up in red color. Yeah, so this is one of the buttons function. And then the bottom one black box, this thing is the speaker, where when after the students scan their fingerprints, they will have maybe like a Siri kind of thing. Maybe they will say access, something like that. Yeah, so this will be the speaker. So next will be this box with this underneath will be the green thing, will be the students or lecturers where they scan their fingerprint. And then the bottom small little box here is the USB, where if let's say lecturers they are able to access the USB, the pen drives, in case they want to take record of the attendance of the students in and out of the campus. Yeah, so that's about it. Yeah.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah, very good explanation. I remember one of the computer science team who has worked on this 2 years back. I think the devices are pretty similar, but they have used a simple chipboard to build this. And one of their use case is to use facial recognition, right? So apart from just fingerprint, they have this facial recognition capability. And what was included in their thesis was that they are able to scan your face, and they are also able to personalize the message. For example, if you are coming into the campus with a gloomy face, on Monday morning, basically you'll record down that, of course, this is Tay. Welcome back to campus on Monday morning, and you look very blue. Okay, so something like that is telling you a joke of the day or something, and it's able to record your emotion. And what they did with this device is that they collect all the emotions of these students and they are able to use AI to analyze, right? So today, 70% of the students are feeling gloomy on Monday morning. And on Friday, 80% of the students are feeling cheerful, right? Because it's Friday, right? Friday afternoon, right? Everybody is like trying to go off for the weekend. So this is something that you can really expand it to make your presentation more lively. Okay, it's not just about all very technical stuff, just scan and then just do facial recognition and explain the function of this button. Of course, it's the basic foundation that you need to explain all these features, but just to add some elements and some aspects of personalization on top of your prototype, you can really tell it as a story, right? So it doesn't have to be very dull presentation. So I'm touching a little bit about how to present your product as well, because I think I've seen many good ideas, and in fact all of you have very good ideas, to be honest. You just need to push yourself a bit far. Don't limit yourself, and spend more efforts in building a very nice presentable video or live demo. Okay, so this is a sample sketch. And may I know, Fusi, your team, have you planned out how to build this prototype, given that this is a physical prototype, right? So this is a very critical question.
Yeah, we're actually trying to come up with something different. Maybe like an animation or something to make the physical prototype since you cannot travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll think of something else, sure.
Okay. Okay, there are two ways to build this, right? You can do this as a physical product using recycled materials like cardboard, or those laptops. When you purchase a new laptop, it comes with a box, right? So in the past, where students are using that box to build prototypes, right? On top of that, I think next week is the Chinese New Year, so the week after next, maybe if I can access the campus, I would do this lecture live from campus, just to show you a few prototypes that past students have developed, right? I know that my office is going to be very dusty, after I didn't go back for a while. But anyway, I think it's important that I need to get back to campus just to show you some prototypes that that has been done by past students. Okay. So yeah, I think this is very good. And the other way that I mentioned is you can also develop a 3D model. Right? I know that maybe you wouldn't have access to 3D printer, but if you need to do 3D printing, let me know. We have a 3D printer in my lab. But if not, you can use a SketchUp to sketch the 3D view, and then be able to demonstrate the smart crib that I showed you last week. You can do the same, right? So you can just like do a 360 full screen rotational view just to explain your prototype. So that is doable as well, right? So that's also considered a type of prototype, right? So thank you so much, Fusi. I think this is a very nice work. So I will jump into the next thing. My goodness, I've done 2 teams and it took up 15 minutes each. Okay, so this one. Some of them have really carried out their prototyping already. Yeah, it's not just on sketches. Yeah, just to show you their progress. And this team is from Kaweng, right? Kawun. Sorry, Kawun. I will just bring up your solution description. Did you sub? Yeah, here. All right, so here we go. Okay, so they are doing something with regards to road safety to create a better traffic light. Well, still traffic light, but a better traffic light. The keyword, right? With barrier system installed. Well, barrier system, yeah. Okay, don't hit the barrier. for all the road users and pedestrians on the road, right? So benefit number one, safety of the pedestrian will be taken care of. Benefit number two, to see a better system for traffic lights. Benefit number three, the drivers on the road will obey the traffic, hopefully, right? More strictly. Benefit number four, emergency vehicles will be able to reach their destination because the traffic light will be able to detect an emergency vehicle from a distance. Okay, cool. Right, simple solution, right? And just look at what they are doing now, right? I think they are still constructing, I believe. Maybe Kawan or your teammates can jump in to talk about your prototype. I have 3 pictures here, right? So this is the first one.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, right? Okay,
Yes,
this is
so
the barrier.
I'm Sanjay. I'll be representing my group.
Yeah, Sanjay. Yep, go ahead. The first picture.
So sir, as you can see the photos here, they have few scenarios to explain about how the smart traffic light works with the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
So first scenario, as you can see here, when the traffic light turns green color, the barrier goes down and the cars can go through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you go to the second photo, this is when the traffic light is going to turn yellow. So with that, the barriers will go up and the pedestrian can walk. The third photo is when it's red and the cars need to stop, the barriers goes up and the pedestrian can walk. So we have another port photo but still in process on the emergency vehicle.
Yeah.
So that one we are still in process. We are still building it.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, we are waiting for that. You only have to review that during your presentation, right? So keep it a secret for now. And
Yes.
yeah, I can really see your ideas here because even you put a traffic light with siren or with a lot of other gadgets, right? It doesn't make sense. You have traffic cameras, but drivers just ram over, right? So you know what
Yes,
happens
correct.
in front of TTS. I think this barrier. Okay, may I know what this barrier is made of? I mean, if you were to build the actual barrier, right? So would it be something that which is breakable, or is it made of metal? If it's made of bamboo, right? So I don't care also. I just ram over, right?
No, it is made of metal, the anti-rust metal, because it's exposed to, I would say, exposed to outdoor mostly. So as you know, that it's raining and it will be a very hot sun, especially in Malaysia itself. So they are built through metal and anti-rust metal lah. At least the quality will be a bit better.
Yeah,
I'd say.
yeah. I guess you have thought through, and also if you look at the user of this traffic light system, right? It's not just about pedestrian, right? Actually, in fact, the other indirect user is basically the driver. I'm still
Yes.
using the traffic light because I depend on the traffic light to tell me whether I should stop or not, right? So would it be wise? I mean, it's just an idea, right? So would it be wise to put up some advertisements on the barrier? Do you think that is possible instead of just purely the barrier? But
Sir.
yeah,
I'm suggesting that maybe once the barriers goes up or some warning sign will be shown before the barriers goes up, it will be more, the drivers will be alert. At least there is a barrier coming.
yeah,
They will go through the barrier and cause an accident.
yeah. When the barrier is up, you can see all the Quest banner.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is just my suggestion, right? If I were to do it, I will make full use of every single space for advertising, and also to ensure the safety of the pedestrian, and so that the drivers are also not too bored. You can, watch, maybe a few seconds of advertisements, right? Read about some news and so on. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So again, this is another physical prototype, and as our team, as you can see that this team has went on so far. They have came up with this prototype itself. It's not just draft, but I believe the team would be able to think out more more ideas on top of their first prototype, right? So very cool.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, now
sir.
I think let's do a few more themes, right? So you can see that the prototypes are getting a bit more interesting, isn't it? Right? Yeah, let's go to the app one, right? Let's see. We have a few applications on this one. Don't feel sad if you don't call your team. It doesn't mean that you're not doing a good job, right? I'm just like trying to make this a bit more fun and relevant, right? So this team is from Jen, right? So Jen is the team leader. Thank you, Jen, for submitting this. Okay, so to build a smart hairband for students and people who face stress and insomnia, able to help release stress before sleep, able to release tension and headache. I need one, right? So if you have that, please give me a sample. Can be bought by everyone in the affordable price or reasonable price. It's portable, obviously. All right. So let's look at their smart hairband, right? So I do not know how it looks like, right? So Jen, get ready. Okay, well, I believe you are working on your hairband, right? But I want you to perhaps talk through how the hairband works and how this companion app works with your hairband. I can see that there's 3 functions here.
Sir, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, Jen. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Hi, everyone, and today. So our group, we are planning on making a product that is lightweighted as a hairband, and inside the hairband we will have the massaging how to say massaging
Function.
Yeah, inside because we realized that a lot of us a lot of us as a students, we face stress and anxiety that cause us unable to sleep at night. So we decided to solve this problem by making up this product.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it's very simple because we don't want to be very how to say very not difficult, very complicated.
Yeah.
Because we want the users who use this to like they wear it on their head and they will not feel bothered about the hairband. They'll feel comfortable. So we'll make it very simple and lightweighted.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it's a very beautiful design, right? It's simple enough, and it is what material is it made of? I mean, have you think about the materials that you're going to use? Obviously,
We are still
not metal, right?
yeah, we will not use metal.
You know this monkey god, the Journey to the West. If you put this up, it's metal ring around your head. Okay.
That will not be our choice of material.
Okay.
We are still investigating. I mean, we want to do some more research on what material will be comfortable and suitable for our product.
Okay, so I come back to your app here. You have 3 functions, right?
So, yeah, so this app is actually there's a draft. The app is used to setting the hairband, and as you can see in here, it's very simple. But in the future, I mean, later on, we will add more features in it.
So there's a scroll bar on the massaging menu underneath there. So there's a percentage, right? So how do you adjust that? I mean, if you put 100%, what will happen to me?
we haven't think it through yet.
Okay, so this is the
Yes.
type of questions that I'm going to ask, right? So don't just like put it there. I know this is for the first draft. You have the layout, but every single that you put in, it must be mapped back to your solution description here. Right? Remember, these are the 4 benefits that you want to focus on. All right. So you spend your
Okay.
effort to translate these features here into your prototype. In the past, right? I'm not saying your team, right? Jen, thank you for your explanation. I think that in the
Welcome,
past,
sir.
in the past, I just want to tell you a story about students that or teams that didn't really score that well because they actually talk about something in solution description and then they are building something else, right? So there's a mismatch there. And to the certain extent, some teams are really like going into different extremes, right? So they're talking about one thing, building an app, but they build a physical product, and basically the app is just like very minimal function. So don't go into that situation. And the reason why we have this session here is to basically to correct and steer you back to the original direction, because sometimes you got so involved in your prototype, you really forgot that what was your original problem statement, right? Your origin, right? So you're supposed to solve a student problem, but you end up solving COVID-19 patients problem. Okay, now the other target market that I want to bring up for this Hey-band is I see relevance for those patients or those people who have recovered from COVID-19. You know that COVID-19, when you got it, you recovered, there are still side effects, right? There are a lot of side effects. Go read up on Google. One of the symptoms that they have as a side effect is they have issue sleeping. Okay, so they have issue sleeping. So how can you help not just students, but not just people who are facing stress, but for those who are recovering from COVID-19? I do not see any COVID-19 related products, right? Apart from vaccine. Do you see anything apart from mask and vaccine, right? So I think no one else are building COVID-19 related products, especially for those who have recovered. Not much, right? So I think this could be a new area. Do you have any team members from business background? If yes, then think about that. From the marketing standpoint, look into this as another customer segment, right? So another customer segment. So you are all welcome to modify your solution description. If you think that your prototype it has a larger cost, it has a larger mission, it's able to cater for more people, or you are able to make it better in terms of the benefits, go do it. You don't have to stick to your original solution description, right? Go ahead to do it, because so far I have not given any marks yet, right? So the marks that you have got in the past are just merely, a mock, more like a indication only, right? So it won't go into your final marks. But I just want to see where you are. And the most important thing is when you submit your prototype, when you submit your presentation, when you submit your project report, those are graded. So make sure that you want to submit the best that you have after 14 weeks, right? Yeah. So this is all the accents that you have learned in the whole semester. Okay. So thanks Jen and her team. This is another good
Thank
project.
you, sir, for your comments.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to another team. Yeah. Right. I want to choose an app one. I think who is working? I think Dino. Yeah. Let me see this one. Dino, your team, right? So Yeah, let me just put up the solution description. Okay. Okay, here. It's pretty small. Nurture some professional DJ that will plunge students in the music industry. Very good, you know. For club and bar owners, or even to students that have a party or any occasion events, they can easily book a DJ. Benefit number one, students can easily book a DJ to give their event some fun with music. Students from a DJ background, basically DJ community, will gain working experience and to build a firmer foundation in their DJ profession. Students get paid from their customers, making them gain a little earnings to help them run their living. Students working as DJ can contribute their earnings to help KIUP. Wow, you are earning for KIUP. To build their way to be a better university, KIUP can also build a stronger foundation by making DJ a reality for students. Then KIUP can create a new course for DJship. Interesting. Yeah, this is another interesting one. Okay, Dino, over to your team. So I want you to describe your prototype. Are you here? I know you have something here and you have a video. Dino and your team members, are you here? Hello? Who are in your team? The Generation X, Dino, Wymeng, Dennis, Pravin, what is that? No, Savinatu, Tevindra. Yeah. Can one of you just jump in to talk a bit about your prototype? Or do you want me to play this? Let me know if you can hear this.
Hi, sir.
Hey, hello.
Yes, so I'm Weiming from Dino's group.
Hi, Weming.
So yes, basically, actually, we are trying to link our prototype idea with our DJ idea. So it's like to add credit to the DJ idea because basically, entering a bar or club, if we see the DJ play music, it can sometimes be very boring. It's like something that happens like very static, nothing's new. But with this hologram added in, it can work as a like some sort of video or picture converter, converting a 2D static picture into something which is 3D that we might only get to see in sci-fi movies. But now we are trying it. We are trying to bring it to a reality.
So this is a hologram. You get to buy this box, is it?
Yes, sir. So we are also trying to make it with some products that are very cheap so that we can sell it out in a very affordable price.
Okay. So how does this work? I mean, can you walk us through the journey? Like, when I got this box, right? So what can I do with it?
Actually, basically, if you search for a picture or a video that works with hologram functions, you place it on top, upside down, so it will show you a picture in a 3D version. So it's pretty cool.
Okay. And how does the DJ part comes in?
Oh, actually, we didn't think into that deep yet because we are still thinking of trying to link our Teamwork 8 with the hologram.
Okay.
So basically in our Teamwork 8, we lack the idea of how to link hologram with it. So we are trying to put the ideas in.
Okay. Yeah, so I think you are applying this technology. I believe many of your team members are coming from IT background, right?
Yes, sir.
One of you from Tesla. I used to teach Tesla in IT for education. That's one topic, and I realized that there's so much to do in education as well, right? You can use not hologram, but the VR, virtual reality, to do teaching. Right? There are a lot of YouTube videos that on YouTube that you can really take it as a reference just to see how virtual reality and hologram can be applied into different industry, right? So be it the music industry, or be it education, or be it retail, I think in the next 5-10 years, things will go virtual very much, right? So you know that the world is heading into something which is never happened before. Like you're going to see more electric car on the road. You're going to see more self-driving car on the road, right? I think China, or even in the US, in Europe, they are testing it. Yeah, even in Malaysia, right? Cyberjaya is basically a place designated for self-driving car. Okay, so it's a pilot site for self-driving car. You also seen that in the future, because it's self-driving, obviously the driver do not have to keep looking in front of the road, right, holding the steering wheel. So what would the driver be doing? So there are probably things that they need to look for entertainment in the car. Okay, and this is something that this is a big thing. In fact, it is a big industry where entertainment in the car for future vehicle would be something great, whether it's hologram or whether it's music. And I think it's not limited just to QIUP per se or DJ per se, but you can really look upon or expand your horizon into the wider automobile car industry. Right? You can be building a product for the future industry, right? Not necessary today, right? So, and then this is something that you can carry with you. You make it portable, and you can wear it as it is, and then make this wearable at least, right? It's not just a box that I need to look into the box or project it on top of the box to make it lively. So there are a lot of rooms for you to expand from this simple prototype that you have presented today, right? So yeah, I think this is something great. You can see that there are a lot of technology aspects that put into this box. Although it looks very simple, I know this is a draft, so I won't be able to comment much. But I think the directions that you're heading, there are so much potential. Okay. Thank you, Wai Meng, for your explanation.
Thank you,
And
sir.
thanks for representing the team. Yeah. Okay, maybe we have 5 more minutes, the last one. Then we wrap it up. We wrap this up. And yeah, this one, right? So this is the app. You can see there's a combination of all different nature of prototypes. And this from Gajun. Okay. Gajun, who actually helped you to submit your solution description?
I submitted the solution description for Kajun because he's with me under my group.
Your name, please. Couldn't see you.
Sydney.
Where is it? This one? No. Sydney, right?
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay. All right. So let me just read out your solution description. From Pacemaker team. I know you by your team's name. Yeah, I couldn't remember your individual team. Okay, this is to build a mobile app to help QIUP disabled students when they are on the campus. Disabled students are guaranteed to get help easily, anytime, right? Student affairs can keep track on disabled students who need help more easily. Audio activation is supported for easier access, where we call this accessibility. And disabled students' privacy is protected, and the data is not shared with third-party organization, right? So who wants to present? Sini or Kajun?
I think I can present for this part.
Sure. I'll just play your video first, and then you talk through what's happening, right? Is there?
Do I start during the video?
Can sorry, can you hear the video sound? No.
Cannot now, cannot.
Okay, more like a preview of your app. Yeah. So do you want to talk about your app?
There's not really much to talk about it. It's basically just an app for students who need more help. I mean, need extra help in their daily tasks. So they can use this app to ask for help. I can say like a more convenient way, so that they don't have to wait for a long time or just wait for people to pass by and help them.
Mm-hmm. So what motivates you to create this app? Have you done a lot of interviews with people with disability, or you just think of this particular problem? Is it coming from your own
Um,
experience, or
Not really my own experience, but by watching other people, and also like on in YouTube videos, I see some contents that motivates me and inspires me to um, design something like this, so that they can live a more equal life with us able-bodied people.
yeah? So this is a noble cause, right? I think you are helping the people who are underprivileged. This is a very important thing to do, and also think about how not just like helping them getting assistance. How can we make their journey more smoother? All right. Basically their needs, right? Basically, I think this is really to cater for their needs, not just on the campus, but I see there's opportunity for you to expand this into something more full-fledged, right? Like for example, can we build a community, a social network for disabled people? Is it possible? And can you also incorporate, maybe looking at incorporate some technology, right? So I'm not too sure whether your teams have a background in tech, but there could be voice activation type of application or feature that can be built in, so that you don't have to tap, to navigate your app using your manually. You can use voice activation, right, just to do this for you. And you mentioned about, I think one of the team mentioned about Siri, right? So you look at what Siri can do on your iPhone, or what Google Assistant can do on your Android phones. So this is something that there are existing tech that you can use to simplify the journey of all these people with disability. And you probably have to look at also there are many categories of different people with disability. They might have different needs, I would say. So if you can narrow down from a solution description, instead of addressing a very general group, but look into a very specific category, right? So let's not try to go broad, too broad that it doesn't solve anything, but let's also go a bit narrow, right? So people with, let's say, visual impairment, right? So this is a kind of disability. How are they going to use your app, right? Because they couldn't even see, but they can still talk speak up, right? So this is something that I think your team will have to revisit and then to look into how you can strengthen firstly your solution description and also your prototype. Okay, so I think this is a draft. I understand. It is quite nice. You have also been using this video editing tool to create your first video. This creates the pathway on the journey to create the presentation and your prototype together, right? So you can see that, yeah, so it's 4 o'clock now. Thank you, Sini and your team. I think this is something great as well. And I'll just like conclude this in just 1 or 2 sentences. I think that next week we don't have a class because it's Chinese New Year, so I don't think we have a class on Friday. We will come back the week after next, right? And what I promise is that we are going to ask you to continue uploading your second or third prototype or whatever, right? So I'll put up a homework for today. I think we'll just reconvene in 2 weeks' time. So 2 weeks is half a month, and don't wait until last minute, right? So even when we meet after Chinese New Year, we still have 2 weeks to presentation. So in fact, you do have time to adjust your prototype. And my role here from this point onwards is I'm more like a mentor, right? And I'm just like guiding you towards the outcome, right? I'm not really trying to judge where exactly you stand right now. I don't think it's the right time for me to put the marks. This is an A plus, this is a C. I don't think that's fair. Everyone or every team will have the capacity to strengthen your solution, right? So whether it's a solution description or whether you're working on a prototype, or some of the teams whom I may not be able to present here today, you might gone so far, right, that you have nearly complete your prototype. So there could be some teams who are working towards the final prototype now. So don't stop again. Don't lose the momentum, because typically I'm so afraid that when it comes to holiday, right, there will be a scenario where people go into the sleeping mode. Okay, after Chinese New Year, people get lazy and you get to restart the car, and this slow down the momentum. So don't lose the momentum. Keep going, keep burning, keep working on the prototype, and keep inspiring your team, right? Especially team leaders or team members who have very good motivational skills. You can motivate your team and continue to deliver a good product. And I would say that this is the easiest course to score, and a lot of teams really score well in this course, right? Many students who didn't do so well in academic, but you know that we assess the student capability not just based on the written work, but really based on the quality of your ideas. And I would say that this is the only course that you're allowed to make a lot of mistakes, right? A lot of errors, and we help you to correct the errors and so that you can expedite and move on as quickly as possible, right? So okay, so I'm taking a bit over time, and thank you for all of you for attending this session again. And we are going to end here, right? So thanks so much. I'll upload the video for those who didn't attend. They can still watch the video, right, posted on YouTube later on. Okay, thank you. And for those who are celebrating Chinese New Year, happy Chinese New Year to all of you in advance, and continue to stay safe. And I'll catch up with you the week after next. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Sir, can you review our work?
Yes. Who submitted your your work? Is it you?
No, it's Janeway. Can you go up there?
Hang on now. Let me just. Jian Wei, that. This one,
Yes,
right?
there is.
Okay.
Yes.
Or do you have that open? Maybe you can. Let me see if I can log in. I don't have access to your file. So maybe can you just share your screen? Would it be faster this way? Hello? Can your team share your screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Please wait for a minute.
Okay, yeah. I can see your screen now.
Sir, is it my turn now? I need to share my screen with you. Sir?
Yes, I can see your screen. All right.
There is.
Okay, can you
It's
walk?
about some kind of logistic due to the pandemic. So people just need to use it to buy stuff.
All right. So how does it work?
So wait. So you say that our idea logistic is seemingly perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think my team has got an idea which to scan the product's details and scan if the products have something like something microorganism like bacteria or the virus. But our idea is just for work. I mean, it's just for the company.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So this is basically a logistic app, isn't it?
Yes.
And
But this is partly.
okay.
But wait. Do you see this idea? I mean the glasses. Wait. Right. Here is. Wait. Someone is sharing with us. Right, there is.
Okay, I can see your glasses, yeah.
Right, so there's a touchscreen panel which to adjust the lens. There are three choices, which is normal, short sight, and long sight.
Hmm.
And to scan if the objects contain some kind of microorganism, it can be done by pressing twice for scanning the objects. And to scan products, it uses this one lens with augmented reality, which to display details, and the eye tracker depending on where your eyes look at.
Mhm.
And there's a wire charger. Once the glasses detects the item details, it automatically records to the app. So
how
is our idea referent to our topic?
what are you trying to solve by all these features here?
In fact, if there's an object containing microorganism like bacteria or virus, we can let me see something.
And who will be using this device?
Only for company, like for managers, workers.
Okay, so managing workers, they wear this spec, and
Right. I know that this is used to see if objects contain some kind of dangerous microorganism like bacteria and virus, including COVID. And once we disinfect the objects, so the virus won't spread to anywhere.
Understand. So who will be wearing this? Is it health worker, or is it
Only for managers. Managers who has a responsibility for packaging.
okay? So in logistic delivery, you have to pack all this you got a lot of packaging, right? So I guess not just managers are doing the packaging, but the spec also helps to detect whatever you said, like bacteria or virus. I'm not too sure whether this can be done technically. But also the main cause for your solution would be helping to try to prevent the workers from getting infected, right? So this is very coming in from
not just workers, but so people too.
Yeah, so I think you need to define that in a very precise detail. Maybe revisit your solution description if you haven't, and then rework on this this prototype, right? So that you want to be a bit more specific on what you're trying to solve, and what will be the benefit, right, to your target users. Yeah, and then from there, only think about different industry. So this is basically for logistic. This can be applied for hospital. This can be applied for a lot of other industry that needs this solution. Yeah. But I guess that you probably read a lot technically and give some references how this can be done. All right. And have you think about how to build your prototype?
You mean physical prototype?
Yes.
Guess not.
yeah. So discuss with the team again, right? How to build this physical prototype. It can be something
But
very simple to demonstrate your idea.
but how
And
about a digital prototype?
so digital prototype, yes, but then when you present it, it may not, unless you have very good video editing skills. Then, but of course, I would see that you want to demonstrate this, right? Like how do you really detect all these bacteria or microorganism that is scattered all around? So you want to demonstrate that feature, right? So how do you do that? So always think about what you're going to present during your presentation, right? Okay. So I think your solution technically I do not have any comment. I think that that helped me understand a bit on the capability of your spec here. I think you need to sharpen up in terms of telling the entire story, right? So what would be the use case? What would be the needs, right? The problem statement. I think it's not very clear. And then who are the users and what are their benefits, right? So I know you have a lot of features here, but what are the benefits to the users? And then from there you craft out the
This
presentation and you craft out the product.
well, this goods to the user is limited only for the logistic workers,
I mean
managers.
that's fine, but you need to be very precise, right? Yeah, very precise for logistic. And why are you only talking about the managers, the supervisor, right? I thought those logistic workers, I think it is more, there is more value for them, right? To weigh this thing, right? Other than managers.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I think um, your initial justification is that you want this to be only for managers. So
Yes.
that doesn't really resonate on the actual situation, right? So unless you have other justification that why I need this for all the supervisor and not just for ordinary workers, you might have your reason. Then just share with us your reason, okay? All right. So
Okay.
Chu Yen, thank you so much, and I look forward to your prototype, right, in the next call, in the next session, right? And have you been talking to your team? I mean, are they contributing?
Contribute what?
Are they contributing to this work?
Yes.
Yes, huh? Okay, good.
We have discussed something for this idea
Okay, cool.
for prototype.
Right, right. Okay, good work. All right. So yeah, any other teams that want to ask me questions? You may. I'm just going to stop the video.